Hey guys, it's TokyoPaul. Whenever you're ready.
Yes, let's do this. Ethnopunk. What is Ethnopunk?
Welcome everyone. I'm TokyoPaul Live, and we have some amazing guests today. I'm with my friends. This is Ethnopunk. Hi guys.
Yay! Hello, hello.
Hey, welcome. Thanks for your time today. We're going to hear your story. Mentioned the audio will be for the TokyoPaul Live podcast. And of course, it'll come out before this video, and everyone could hear Ethnopunk and your story. Without further ado, first question: what are your names and where are you from?
Well, my name is MK, and my friend here, his name is Hari. And we are from Czechoslovakia, born in Czechoslovakia, but I am from, well, Czechoslovakia got split a couple of years ago, and I am from Slovakia, and Hari is from Czech.
Wow, that's amazing. I remember meeting you guys in Kyoto, hearing your performance. It's amazing. And yeah, just learning more about you guys. And I know you guys as Ethnopunk. So what is Ethnopunk, and yeah, what are you guys about?
Well, that's a big question. And well, to make it simple, Ethnopunk is a new project. We started 2.5 years ago. It's gonna be 3 years soon. It started here in Japan, just when the corona happened. So actually, it's because of the corona. Corona happened, and we created Ethnopunk. Well, it's a project. It's about music. It's about culture, and well, there is so much to say. It's very difficult to say it in 1 or 2 sentences. And basically, it's me. My name is MK and Hari. The two of us, we started this project in Kamakura in 2020. And we got inspired by the Camino de Santiago. Do you know the pilgrimage in Europe?
No.
There are these old roads, Templar roads, where people walking from all, you can basically walk really from anywhere in Europe, and you do the pilgrimage to the Santiago. So it's basically a pilgrim walk. And in Japan, there is many pilgrim walks as well, like the Tokaido Road, the Kumano Road, Kumano Kodo. And as well as these pilgrimages, we got inspired by the shamisen masters. Long time ago, when they were walking from village to village, playing shamisen and making money like that. So we combine these elements, the pilgrimage, the walks, and the shamisen musical pilgrimage, basically. And we created our own pilgrimage. And we started in Kamakura 2.5 years ago, and the goal is Yakushima. So it's been 2.5 years since we left Kamakura. We have walked up, down to the Hiroshima. So we walked through Kanagawa Prefecture to Shizuoka, Aichi. Then we walked to the Mieken Ise Shrine. From there, we took the Kumano Kodo roads to Wakayama. And from there through Hoya-san, Nara, we got to Kyoto, and that's where I met you.
Yes.
In Kyoto. Yes, and this was last winter. In winter, we don't walk because it's cold, and usually we stay in shrines and temples, and we don't really use any hostels or anything. Usually, we get invited to some places, or we stay in the shrines, or So in the winter, we don't walk. So last winter we stayed in Kyoto, and this year we left Kyoto, continued the journey, and walked to Osaka, and what was that? Kobe, Himeji. Now we walked through the islands, the Seto Nankai Islands, to Hiroshima. Wow. And it's not only walking, we are performing. So I am playing the shamisen. Hari is dancing the shishimai. So we are performing, along we go. And well, the project is about creating new music, creative tradition, also about learning the tradition, about discovering the hidden Japan, the old Asian Japan, as well as the current Japan. And by walk, we meet so many people, we learn so many stories, and we can also tell our stories to people. And we are creating our own story. And well, the goals, maybe I can talk later about the goals. But yeah, well, what is Ethnopunk again? Yes, it's big question.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's about culture, preserving, but also creating new culture. It's not only about preserving, it's about evolution of the music. So it's a creative music, creative evolution, and it's about journey, it's about meeting people, it's about their stories as well as our stories. It's about inspiring people to look at their tradition, because I feel that these days the Japanese culture and Japanese tradition gets a lot of promotion overseas, but doesn't get enough promotion in Japan. And I think it's the most important thing is to promote it in Japan, so Japanese people themselves realize that it's really important for them. It's their culture. So we would like to inspire the youngsters, and we would also like to learn from the people who are kind of, not forgetting, they still know it, but people are not learning from them anymore. So the culture kind of a little bit dying away. So also learning about the culture and trying to, well, preserve it in a way that we continue. Well, I said that already, but something like that.
Nice. You started in was it the Kanagawa area?
Yes, in Kamakura. Started in Kamakura in Kanagawa, and walked through the Shonan area, Enoshima, Odawara, and then Ito, Hanto, Shizuoka, and we continued. Yeah, and we walked up until the Hiroshima. Now we had to little bit stop the walk because there were some issues with visa, so that's why I had to go back to Kyoto. I fixed the visa problem, so now I am on the way to the Hiroshima, and we will continue the walk. So the next part of the journey, we will go to Miyajima, the famous shrine in Miyajima.
Beautiful Miyajima.
And then we go through Yamaguchi to the Fukuoka, and we would like to visit the Goto Islands, go to Nagasaki, Kumamoto, Kagoshima, and down to Yakushima. And all this, yes, it's done by walk. We only walk, and we also take ferries, the boats, like the old people in Edo, or even before, people were using boats and they were walking. So we don't hitchhike, we don't take cars, we walk and ferries.
How long? I must ask, you walk 10 hours? Of course, it'd be difficult. Do you a map?
Well, it depends. You see, like, we are not really, it's not really about the walk itself. Because if we were just walking from Kamakura to Yakushima, I think maybe 3 months and we are finished. But rather than going fast, we like to go deep. So we go slowly. That's why it's been 2.5 years since we left Kamakura. And we stop at the places, we meet people, and we actually stay there and go deeper, look for the stories, learn. And it's not only about the walk. The walk is important, but the discovery is more important. And also to present our project is also important. So we are taking videos. I am creating music. So I'm creating a new album called Shichifukujin. So seven lucky gods.
Wow.
And it's inspired by this walk. So as we go, we meet these gods, and I get inspired by different stories, different people. So I'm creating music. We are taking videos. We are writing the text. I've been doing my reports and kind of like a memos every day. So everything is documented. And at the end, we would like to do many things with this story. Record the music, proper album, make a video, document video, as well as film, write a book. So we have big visions and many things we wanna do when we finish, but we have to finish first.
Well, yeah. I'd love to hear more, of course. Can you tell me about the logo? I remember it being yellow and black. Your yeah.
Yellow and black, or I have white and black.
White and yes, MK.
Well, actually, we are using, this is the original one, but we have started using the yellow color, which are now the Ethnopunk colors are more, yellow and black. Well, this is the Ethnopunk logo. And well, basically here is MK, that's my initial, that's my name. And you have on the other side, you have the 3 strings of the shamisen.
Wow.
And if you take it away, this is an old Slavic symbol. Like me and Harry, we come from Czechoslovakia, and we have our old Asian culture is Slavic culture. So this is a Slavic symbol, and it represents the tree of life.
Tree of life. Wow, that sounds deep.
And basically here you have the roots.
Yep.
And the roots represent the tradition, the Asian knowledge. So the roots, you want to go deeper and deeper. That's why we are walking. That's why we are learning about the tradition. And that's why we are doing all this, to learn about the roots, to get as deep as possible, make the roots strong. But the roots only is not enough. You want to create your tree. So this is the journey. This is also, you know, that's the freedom. Freedom, the branches go as they want. You discover things, you try different things. So that's the creativity. That's the new thing. That's the evolution. So both things are very important. And this is also connection with the ethnopunk, where ethno is the roots, the ethnic. The roots, and punk, that's the freedom. So punk.
I didn't realize that.
That's actually, so it's quite a lot of things is in there in this logo.
And well balanced, right? The ethno part and the punk of the new
logo,
yeah. But I keep seeing Harry back there, right? Harry and you, MK. I'm very curious. How did you two meet?
How did we meet?
Yes.
Well, first time we met was like 20 years ago in Ireland. I used to live in Ireland, and I used to study music in Ireland, and Harry was studying computers.
Wow.
So we met first time in Ireland, and then this was like 20 years ago. And then we haven't met for a long time. And this was 3 years ago. I went on a tour to Europe. So I was playing concerts around Europe, and I met Harry that time. And we were talking about Japan, and he decided to come to Japan and try to promote my music. And we were organizing so he came to Japan in 2019, just before the COVID. And we were planning concerts in Southeast Asia, in Singapore, and in Malaysia, in Bali, and Indonesia, Kuala Lumpur. So we wanted to go there and play music, but the COVID happened and we couldn't go anywhere. We got kind of stuck in Japan. But this situation created a new thing and created Ethnopunk.
Ethnopunk.
So actually it was good. So thank you, COVID, for this opportunity.
Now you guys are perfect pair. Very looking forward to your performance later at the end of this conversation. And you know, I'm very curious. Like, I know you briefly touched earlier. What are your goals? I mean, you even mentioned, you know, you have a destination. But do you have other goals that maybe you can talk about?
Well, the destination is one of the goals, yes. But goals is, as I mentioned, creating new album, creating a film, creating documents, making new things.
Film.
But I think one of the main goals is to inspire the young generation. And I think that in Japan, or maybe not only in Japan, around the world now, people get stuck, especially in the ethnic world and world music and traditional music. They study so much the tradition, and they are about preserving the tradition, that forgetting about continuing the tradition.
Wow, it's interesting.
Because the tradition, that's the past music.
Hmm.
And I often mention this sentence. It's like is one of my favorite sentences, is that the only thing which does not change in the tradition is that it's always changing. So tradition must change, the culture must change, the people are changing, the time is changing, so the music must change. So why getting stuck? This is important. Of course, that's the roots. That's the ancient knowledge. We have to study, we have to understand, we have to build. I mean, that's the roots. But the tree is important. We have to build, we have to create, and the creative is very important. So this is for us, I think, one of the biggest goals is to inspire younger generation to take on the Japanese tradition, well, shamisen or shishimai or anything, and try to create their own, try to find their own voice, try to be yourself, try to be authentic, and continue the tradition, creative tradition. That's, again, one of our mottos is the creative tradition.
The creative, wow. I wonder, like, so maybe you have a new performance or song that we can look forward to in your album or video, or perhaps even, I don't know if you perform a new one today, but so how is this creative process? Can you tell me about that, if you don't mind? Like, does it come in the moment or from stories?
Well, again, see, I study a lot of tradition. It's not only a Japanese tradition, it's anything. Now you can get access to any type of music. And I also travel a lot. I used to live in Australia. I used to live in Ireland. I went to India many times. So I get exposed to a lot of music. Yep. And even living I used to live in Yokohama before. So I used to work in Tokyo with many musicians.
Wow.
I got, well, you know, playing with like belly dancers or African drummers or Brazilian capoeira dancers. So all these experiences gives me ideas, new rhythms, new melodies, and I kind of like absorb them like a magnet, absorb them and sponge. And then I mix it and I create my own voice. Look for my own voice. Use the knowledge and speak what you feel. It's like with language. You learn a new language, but they don't tell you what to tell. You learn it and then you speak what you want. So it's with the music. You learn the rhythms, you learn the knowledge, you learn the melodies, but then you try to speak what you want through the music.
That's sounds deep. And now I hear, yeah, you have a lot of inspirations. I think you mentioned from working at Yokohama, lots of different traditions and lots of working with other musicians. MK and Harry, how can people support your project?
How can they support? Well, watch our stories. We have YouTube channel as well, so please subscribe to the channel.
Make sure to
tell the stories, share the story with your friends, with your family. We have Instagram, we have Facebook, and we also have our webpage on Linktree.
If I can get a link, I'll try to put that in the description. I think you have maybe a fan page or perhaps a paper.
Yeah, we have so many. I mean, Hari takes care of this media thing and business thing, so he created many things. We have also PayPal, and people can support us directly. We have some music on sale. We also have the tea we created, we produced. So people can support us in so many different ways.
That's wonderful. This is not sponsored, but this is definitely, very, I think, great opportunity. Like for us, there was a chat. This will be a premiere video, and those of you watching the replay, yes, definitely. If you're interested, if you love what you saw in the beginning of this video or the performance at the end, please do feel free to check out their website or their Instagram of Ethnopunk. And you mentioned the stories, MK. I'm curious to hear if you have like a best story or memory or performance.
Best story, memory, or performance. Oof. This question comes often, and I don't know. For me, every day is the best.
Wow.
For me, it's really magic, you sometimes you are struggling, of course. Sometimes we have no money, like we really only make money by performing and support from our fans. So sometimes it's tough. Sometimes when we are in mountains, there is no water, there is no food, it's tough.
Oh, wow.
But it's okay. I mean, this is, we can overtake this. But I think the best moments are like, there's always like Japanese people are so friendly and so supportive and so interested in what we are doing. And yeah, I don't know, like, for example, now what comes up to my mind is one day it was raining and we didn't have any place to sleep. And then we found this small shrine where we were sleeping overnight. And we were kind of thinking, we wake up in the morning and maybe the locals will kick us out or something. Maybe they're gonna be angry that we are staying there. But this Obachan came, the old grandma, and she brought us a coffee. She brought us a sandwich. And she sat down and she really was she was thanking us for being there. And it was so nice. I thought that really this genuine, how would I say, well, friendliness and supportiveness and interest, it's really nice. And a lot of people, like even this place we are here now, it's called Mamena. Mamena. And I would like to actually say thank you to all the Mamena people for having us here, for being able to create this interview, for giving us the space and time and opportunity. Thank you too for inviting us.
Well, thank you for.
And so this Mamena thing also, how he came here, we didn't know this place. We went to we were very hot. We were walking, it was like 35, I don't know, 40 degrees, and we were just resting in a nearby temple. And then I started playing shamisen, and this old grandfather came, and he was just the shamisen sound brought him in, and he asked us, what are you doing? We told him the story, and he invited us to stay. Right next was this place, is an old hospital, and they rebuilt it. And well, there is a community here, and they allowed us to stay here. They gave us food and accommodation. And actually, at that time, there was a big typhoon coming here, so we actually stayed here for about a week.
Wow.
And got really deep into a community here. And there is a lot of lemon farmlands. They are making lemon and mikans, creating lemon sake.
Wow,
making a lot of things here. And well, we got really involved in this community. And it was just like out of nowhere, all this, as they say, guzen in Japanese. Like, how do you translate guzen in English?
By chance, maybe?
Unexpected or...
unexpected.
Yeah.
Amazing. I really appreciate your story, MK. MK, can you about your project, about producing tea, and about Czechoslovak food and cuisine, please?
Yes. Well, we 2 years ago, when we were walking from Ise Shrine in Mie Prefecture, we came to a place called Odaicho, and we really liked it there. It was like green tea fields everywhere, and it was beautiful. Really, I can say fall in love with that place. And at that time, we continued the journey, and we walked all the way down to Wakayama and the 3 main shrines of Kumano Kodo. But it became a little bit cold, and the autumn came. So in the winter, we don't really walk. And so that winter, we decided to go back to the Mie, to that place I was just saying, the Odaicho. And the town is called Tochihara, or also Shinden. There's the two little villages next to each other. And we have moved there basically that winter. We created our first Ethnopunk base there.
Wow.
And it is this beautiful traditional Japanese house called Tea Field Villa. And I would like to say hello to the friend from Tea Field Villa. Big shout out to our friend from Tea Field Villa. And yes, we stayed there for that winter time, and we got involved in so many culture activities. The Shinto is very strong there. The Buddhism is very strong there. So we got involved in so many things. And because there is so much tea, there is tea fields everywhere. But again, there is not so many people there. And we were given a tea, well, not really given a tea. There was a tea field where nobody was taking care of it. So we were given the opportunity to take care and produce a tea. So this was 2 years ago. We actually did learn how to make it. We were learning from the locals what to do, how to do, because we didn't know. So we learned, and we did produce our tea 2 years ago. And this year we did again. So
really? Wow.
It's been already 2 years, 2 harvests we produced.
Wow.
So yes, you can also buy our tea. We have 2 types of tea. One is Shincha, and the other one is Yanagi.
Shincha.
So Shincha is the first cut, and Yanagi is the second cut, to say it really simply. And yes, you can buy our tea on our web pages, and
try to leave the web page in the description.
And yeah, that's about the tea. And yes, the tea is from Ise, from Odaicho, made by MK and Hari.
Nice, MK and Hari. Tea.
MK and Hari. And the cuisine, I'm really surprised that you know about this, because we actually, Hari is a hunter.
Wow.
And he loves hunting, and he loves wild meat, or shika, and well, shika,
the deer.
Deer, yes.
Oh,
they
wow.
love this type of meat.
Wow.
And we even here on this island, there is so much wild boar.
No way.
And yes, so much. It's like too much, too many. They even causing a lot of trouble here. In Odaicho, there is a problem with monkeys.
Monkeys?
Yes, there's so many monkeys attacking the farmers, and here is the wild boars attacking the farmers.
Wow.
So, but Hari is happy about it because a lot of meat, and I'm happy about it because a lot of skin, and I can make drums and whatever instruments.
Wow.
So that's another product we are actually thinking about and started to produce.
How about keychains?
So back to the food, yeah. So before we left Kyoto this year, we made a kind of a farewell concert in Kyoto, in a temple called Horenji. Again, another shout out to Horenji people. Horenji.
Hello.
They are so nice. Please, like they do. If you are in Kyoto and if you have time, check out Horenji. They do a lot of concerts there. They have a lot of activities for children, for many things. So we did a concert there There was music, there was dancing, and I was taking care of the music and dancing part, and Harry was taking care of the food.
Wow.
So first of all, Harry loves beer because he is Czech guy, and that's I mean, in Czech people don't drink even water; they just drink beer all the time.
Wow.
Well, it's not really true, but kind of, And so first of all, Harry got Czech beer from his friend Pavel.
Wow.
Pavel, he lives in Shonan and he imports Czech wine and beer.
Wow.
And we also get involved with the embassy, Czech embassy, Slovak embassy. And actually we do perform at the Czech festival in Sakai every year.
Wow.
I think it's the end of October. So this year again, we are planning. We will be there.
Nice.
I think it's the Halloween weekend.
Halloween weekend, guys. Everyone.
Halloween weekend in Sakai, Czech festival, Czech beer and Czech food. Yay.
Oh, I used to be there. Wow.
See you there. Ne? Yes. And
Ethnopunk will be there.
Yeah, we will be there.
Yeah.
And so this was the first thing. Harry got the beer and wine, and then he got the wild boar meat, and he made the goulash. Goulash is kind of like a nabe, miku nabe, like a meat pot.
A nice pot of.
And it took him like one day to cook. They were cooking it overnight, and but it was I didn't even eat it because it was gone before I got anything.
Oh no! So
yeah, he was very popular.
Very popular.
And so we are planning on doing this kind of events more often in Kyoto, or even in other places. Well, we will start in Kyoto because we now found another base in Kyoto. So now we have one in Mie, which is the countryside, and in Kyoto, which is the city. So we are also trying to connect the countryside with the city and city with the countryside.
Sounds great.
So, yes, we are planning on making this event where there is the music and the food. So MK will take care of the culture, and Harry will take care of the food part. So yes, Czechoslovakian cuisine.
Your amazing performance, starting Ethnopunk, whenever you're ready.
Okay. Yes. Let's do this.
Let's do this.
Performance time. Okay, ready?
Yep.
Yay! Yay! Yay!
Come on, there you go, honey, NFK. Ethnopunk.